So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Huntley. And once more to Ruggs. This time the catch made. He's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field.
Complete to
a big play there. They'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Pride. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 30 yards there. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
At the 29-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
54.
Operating from the gun, Huntley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
By the Raiders. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They're going to go with 1 second left. The final shot before break. Huntley. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to...
And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and nearly a touchdown at about the 3-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Huntley. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Huntley. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off play action. Huntley toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders get a score closer. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Got his target, Samuel. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 78 yards. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Huntley. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas.
Complete to Henry Ruggs.
Henry Ruggs with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
Makes the score Panthers.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And here's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they have the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
Now on 2nd and 13. Bridgewater. Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Brings up 2nd
and it is caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. To throw, Huntley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the rookie, Jeremy Chin. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Fourth down pass.
Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And 11 at the 7-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, it has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Bridgewater. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing is Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Buying time to his left. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flush to his right. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Throwing on third and long. Huntley. Pressure comes and down he goes. Yetur Gross-Matos brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown Vegas.
Touchdown, Raiders.
Henry Ruggs making quite a splash with his second touchdown at his NFL debut. And the Raiders get a score closer.
Makes the score Panthers.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Bridgewater here to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more.
Makes the score Panthers 54, Raiders 28.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams...
They got his man complete. The 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
His kick is good.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And the Panthers are going to recover here, and that should be enough to get them the victory. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 52 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Good.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. 35. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Operating from the gun, Huntley escaping the pressure right. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. To throw on second down. Huntley being chased out left. He'll run it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts,
A gain of 20
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. From the gun, Huntley. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Raiders.
Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done, and it'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Panthers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. It was way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did the little go miss? Ay, her she was magic, she mixed. Ay, met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I